Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome to Lock and Key, a magical girl mystery. Lock and Key is taking part in the Choose Wisely Festival 2025, taking place on Steam from December 8th through the 15th. So be sure to go check that out. Lots of discounts, demos, games, wish list, and well, let us begin. In the beginning, there was only darkness. And from that darkness, two beings emerged, benevolence and malice. From them, our universe was born. And within that universe, one small planet was chosen as their eternal battleground. Neither being had a physical form, so they could not battle directly. And so a new species was born. The species would one day grow to include the proxy soldiers meant to fight their battle for them. Malice was the first to create such soldiers. It reached out to the cruel, to the greedy, to the uncaring. It offered them great power as reward for their service, but also bestowed a new form upon them, a twisted, monstrous form that reflected their true nature. These monsters, bound to one day succumb fully to their transformation, exist as no more than mindless beasts, came to be known by a single name: the Consumed. These Consumed lived normal lives by day, but embraced their cruelty by night. Their existence was kept a secret so as to better facilitate their activities without resistance. Benevolence saw these beasts and knew that there was only one way to combat them. Not by driving humans into paranoia and violence, but by creating warriors of its own. It saw the compassion, the love, the desire to do good that existed within the hearts of young women. These qualities represented benevolence's ideals more strongly than any other humans. And so, they were chosen to be these champions of the light. Benevolence came to them without deceit. It told them the truth of the universe and told them the dangers that they would face by joining this battle. None were forced to take up arms. Only those prepared to brave the dangers of battle for the sake of their fellow human beings took up the sacred calling. These brave warriors were granted a new form of their own, but one that would not last. To make room for the next generation and to safeguard those whose powers might wane with age, their form and abilities would disappear upon reaching 30 years of age. But as long as they had that power within them, as long as they felt the desire to defend the world from evil, they would be known as magical girls. For millennia, magical girls have worked together to protect our world from the forces of malice. While the world at large may never know of them, these hidden warriors have saved countless lives. Oh wow, there's actually like a... That's full screen? Okay. Okay. I was expecting a picture mode. And for every war, it began with a single question. One that came first in a dream, then once again in the waking world. Do you want to protect this world? I do. I do? I'd actually go click it. Is this... Aha. Sir... Hide UI. Aha. Woo! I'll have to set that up. Cohen! Huh? You done here? If I don't get my team on the scene soon, CPD is going to have my ass, and dealing with him on a good day is already torture. I sigh and roll my eyes. The only thing worse in the case I can't crack is one where I had to deal with the cops. I guess that's par for the course when you're looking for a serial killer. Locked room killer added to your data. I wish I could just tell them to piss off and let me focus, but a night in jail and a very worried wife were enough to keep me from trying that again. At least Nat is nice enough to let me check out the scene, but that doesn't make up for the dirty looks I get from everyone else here. Guess they're not a fan of some punk doing their job for them. Give me a few more minutes, I want to inspect the body again. Just hurry up, and wear some gloves this time. Yeah. Can I explain to them why I need to touch things directly to use my powers on them, or why every time I do, I can't help but think of how this all started? It was easier when I was a kid. Back then, all it took was a dropped pen to find the consumed layer. Dealing with humans hurting other humans is much harder, not to mention more depressing. Can I have the room for a second? Are you seriously asking me to leave you alone in a crime scene? Seriously? Yes, seriously. Outsides and throws up her hands. She owes me and she knows it. Fine, but if you breathe a word of this to anyone, the next crime scene is gonna be at your house. Natasha Rubinsky added to your data. For all Nat's bluster, I'll take dealing with her over dealing with actual cops any day of the week. At least she can't get away with attacking me. There's a lot more than I can say for Chicago's finest. Bunch of pricks. She walks out with a huff, leaving me to work. As soon as she's gone, I remove one of my gloves and close my eyes. My powers of clairvoyance only work on inanimate objects. I was 15 when I first learned that included corpses. At least it was a rarity back then, back when I was actually saving lives, helping people, as opposed to whatever I do now. With a sigh, I reach out and put my hand on the victim's body. Turn back the clock, bring the past to me so I might see the truth. For the sake of the innocent. Visions of the victim's last 24 hours fill my mind. I can't see the finer details the way I could when I was younger, but I'm still able to track his movements and activities throughout the time period. I call the power spirit reflection. Most of the time, anyway. Some days I tend to call it shitty clairvoyance instead. It's not an accurate name. For starters, I can only see backwards, and even then, it's not nearly as powerful as real clairvoyance would be. All I can do is track an object's movements and positions over the last 24 to 48 hours. If I had the murder weapon on hand, it'd be easy. I could find out where it came from and get a vague idea of who'd held it. There's only so much I can tell from a corpse. I know this is his house and that he hadn't left home today. I can see him moving from room to room. Then I see him struggling. His movements grow erratic in the living room. He tries to fight back, but it's not enough. My eyes snap open as I yank my hand away, but the image doesn't leave my head. It'll probably be there for the rest of the day. I wipe off my hands and rub my temples, the same familiar questions filling my mind. What am I doing here? Why am I still getting myself involved in this stuff? I've got a master's degree, for God's sake. I could be working at a hospital. Hell, I could have my own practice. I haven't been a magical girl for more than a decade, but I'm still getting myself wrapped up in mysteries. What happens when I lose my powers next year? Am I just gonna screw around in crime scenes and make wild guesses? It's not like these are new thoughts, but they've gotten worse lately. Especially today. It's her day, after all. My enhanced self-doubt is cut short by Nat slamming the door open again, looking at me with annoyance. Time's up! They're sending me and my team in now. Fine by me, I'm done here. Already solved the case and saved the day, Sherlock. Oh, totally. I've Moriarty in handcuffs for you by tomorrow morning. She doesn't respond, just jerking her hand toward the door in the universal gesture of get the hell out. I stand up and step back as her usual band of masked forensic guys file into the room. Nat glares at me as I continue to look around, blatantly ignoring her demand that I leave them be. It's not like it's illegal for me to be here, just that her team has complained enough about me interfering enough already. Sherry, I'm not going to tell you again. Fine, I'm going. The full forensic team is coming in, and the cops are sure to follow, and they'd be all too pleased to make me a scapegoat. Must have some nerve trying to actually solve the crime instead of finding some poor bastard to pin it on. Sure, they don't understand my methods, but I've still got a better track record than any of their esteemed detectives. Besides, I'm in no hurry to tell them that my methods being a former magical girl. They think I'm weird enough as it is. Not like I care what they think, but still. I don't exactly miss fighting Consume, but sometimes I feel like I'd rather be risking my life fighting monsters than dealing with cops. At least then I was saving lives instead of just picking up the pieces. The wind whips up against my face as I drive home, but I don't even feel it. I'm too preoccupied with thoughts of getting some rest when I get there. 15 minutes later, I barely make it to the couch before my aching muscles protest. Even through the sore back and knee pain, something about the case I just left doesn't sit well with me. But I can't figure out what it is. It's not like I haven't dealt with a murder before. Hell, I've even dealt with multiple murders before. Maybe it's the lack of evidence? Nothing from my powers, nothing from the surroundings. Entry point, murder weapon. Any physical indication that someone had entered the house? None of it. That's not new either. There are plenty of cases where the cops ruin the scene before I had a chance to get there. My mind keeps turning, checking every possibility before discarding it. Logically, there's no real reason for me to feel so uneasy this time around, but I can't shake the feeling that something's off. Eventually, I shut my eyes with a resigned sigh. All I have are maybes, and I'm really sick of maybes. If I could just find one certainty. A Cohen household added to your data. My train of thought grinds to a halt as I look toward the source of the sudden splashing sound. It isn't rain or anything rather it's coming from right outside the door. Hello? Sit up to find a puddle of strange pinkish liquid seeping under the door. It glides across the floor without any trace left behind. If I didn't know any better, I'd be freaking out. Instead, I just sigh. The door was unlocked, you could have just come in normally. Voice emanates from the puddle. A very cute voice. Yeah, but where's the fun in that? As I watch, the liquid comes together into one point and begins to solidify, rising into a pillar before taking the shape of a beautiful woman. Long black hair streams down the newly formed head as the remaining facial features take their place. Kaylee's eyes open, her mouth forms a mischievous smile. There's no way I'm gonna let my last year of shapeshifting pass me by without at least a few pranks. That one's a classic, after all. If by classic you mean grossing me out for over a decade, then yes, it certainly is a classic. That's exactly what I mean. Kaylee Cohen added to your data. I sit up and make room for her on the couch, patting the cushion beside me. And welcome home, babe. Lay my head back as she bends down to kiss me, the warmth of her lips offering welcome comfort. Never really feel at home unless she's here with me. As soon as our lips part, she hops onto the couch to sit down next to me, resting her head against my shoulder and wrapping her arm around me. We both let out a contented sigh in unison. This is the best part of the day. How was your day? Not too eventful. My mark was home, so I had to settle for just looking around the place. I think I'll go back for whatever's in the safe this weekend. Wait, you don't know what he's got in there? The guy's one of those rich executive types, so I'm sure it's something good. Besides, finding out's the fun part. It's not always about the money, That's why you're the best in the business. Aw, thank you, sweetie. She gives me another kiss before snuggling closer to me. Never be able to tell by looking at her that she's one of the most notorious cat burglars in Chicago. Again, that's part of why she gets away with it. Of course, being a shapeshifter doesn't hurt either. You make any progress on the case today? I sigh, wishing I could just forget today's visions. This job would be a lot easier if they didn't linger in my mind for so long. Nothing useful, yet another locked room mystery, just like the others. Either this guy's really good, or I'm losing my touch faster than I thought. Don't say that! There's never been a case Sherlock Cohen can't solve, right? Hell no, it's more than just being stumped. I just feel kind of burnt out, Like, I'm not sure if I even have the energy to see this case through, and putting up with the cops makes it even worse. Keely kisses my cheek. I can tell she is trying to hide the worry in her eyes for my sake, even though she knows she doesn't have to. Maybe you should retire early. I know you're sick of dealing with him, and I've nabbed more than enough to set us up with a comfortable nest egg. I chuckle, running my fingers through her hair and kissing her forehead. And lose my chance to whine to you when I get home, and never. We both laugh at that one before settling into silence. I don't know how I'd make it through the day if I couldn't look forward to cuddling at the end of it. Maybe tomorrow you and I could go over the details of the case again. 2 heads are better than 1. You know how good I am with murders. Don't say it like that. You sound like a serial killer. I do not. Besides, you know I'm more of a serial thriller. That was awful. Like, really awful. You're just jealous you didn't come up with it first. You'd think that after 12 years, her sense of humor would have improved. It hasn't. She's not wrong about being helpful, though. I might be good at putting together evidence in a pattern and drawing conclusions. She's always been good at seeing the tiny details I might miss without her. I just always feel a bit guilty when I bring her in. She's got her own job, and making her do mine too feels unfair. But maybe that's just me being stubborn. If you need me to break into the station and find out if they're keeping anything from you, I'm more than happy to. It's not like it'd be the first time. That was nearly 10 years ago. Those inflated police budgets, security would be way tighter than it was before. Cameras, more guards, that sort of stuff. And you almost got caught last time, remember? Are you saying that I've gotten worse? No way, I'm just saying they've gotten better. A lot better. Hey, you never know until you try. I bet I could do it. Give her a kiss on the cheek before shaking my head. What happened to the shy little high school girl that always licked before she leaped? Oh, her? I hear she got a lot less shy when she married a real troublemaker. A troublemaker, huh? The worst kind. Lift her head up and kiss her again, much deeper this time. One of my hands moves to her side, drifting up and down her abdomen. Before I can go any further, she pulls away with a frown. We'll have to save this for later, honey. I need to get dinner started before Nina shows up. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. I completely forgotten she was coming over. If I let that slip, she'll never let me hear the end of it. And on today of all days, too. This case must be weighing on me even more than I thought. I've never forgotten how important today is before now. Be good to have her here, though. Maybe it'll be the distraction I need. Even if it is interrupting another kind of distraction. In that case, I should probably go shower. I smell like a crime scene. I like your crime scene smell. And you think Nina would too? I mean, yeah. That's fair. Stand and stretch, letting out a long yawn. Hopefully a little cold water to the face will keep me awake through dinner. I owe her that much. You gonna need any help with dinner? I'll be okay. You can go ahead and clean yourself up. As I head towards the stairs and start to climb up, Keely calls out to me. Hey, sweetie? Yeah? I'm really glad that shy little girl married that troublemaker. You and me both. You and me both. By the time I'm done showering, most of my stress has melted away. I can't fully get the image of the crime scene out of my head, but it only comes in flashes now. The house, the blood, the frantic movements of the victim. Using spirit reflection always leaves me with some kind of after image, but at least that helps when it comes to studying details. I towel off and throw in the clean shirt before heading downstairs. As soon as I do, the smell of my wife's cooking banishes those last few lingering flashes. All I can think about now is how much I want to dig into some udon. It's incredible how delicious her cooking has gotten lately. There you are! I was starting to worry that you've fallen asleep in there. I wonder if I press X. No, it's just only if I do this. Okay. No such luck after the day I've had. I wouldn't mind a little shower power nap. She giggles and turns her head towards me, giving me one of those little smiles that still makes my heart flutter before going back to her preparations. God, she's gorgeous. Don't worry too much about being tired. Nina might as well be a natural shot of espresso. Oh, is she already here? Not just yet, but I'm sure she'll show up any second. You know how she likes to travel. Well, hopefully she gives me enough time to do this. Move up behind her, wrapping my arms around her waist and brushing my lips against her neck. She rewards me with a small yelp of surprise before letting out another giggle. Honey, I still have to finish before she gets here. She can wait. Kisses first. Oh my god, Cher! Can you stop being gay for like 2 seconds so Kiki can get some of that in a bowl? I'm starving! We both whirl around in unison to come face to face with Nina. I sputter and let out a cough, a bit embarrassed about being caught in a moment of sappiness. As we face her, she breaks into a massive grin and lets out a squeal of delight. As always, her excitement is infectious enough to help me get over my initial embarrassment at being caught in the act. Nina out in the car, added to her data. Before we have a chance to speak, she bounds over to pull us into a gigantic hug. I missed you both so much! Next time I go on tour, I'm taking you with me. No arguing. Good to see you again, Nina. But maybe you could use the door next time? No goddamn way! As long as I can teleport, I'm never touching a door in my life. I pat her back and she squeezes us even tighter. She's got me grinning too now. We missed you too. I can't believe how long it's been. 2 years, 73 days, 18 hours, and 12 minutes. That's 2 years, 73 days, 18 hours, and 10 minutes. Too long! Did you seriously keep track of it down to the minute? I know, I'm 100% screwing with you right now. You really thought, though. She releases the hug, winking at me with another grin. 23 years and you're still falling for the obvious ones? Get it together, Cher. So she keeps track of that one, huh? No wonder I fell for it. Now, Nina, play nice, unless you don't want seconds of udon, that is. Nina bats her eyelashes and gives Keely the most innocent face she can muster. It's pretty good. I'll be good, Mom, I promise. I'm a year younger than you. Yeah, but you've got, like, Big Mom energy, you know? Is that a compliment? Duh! I know you two aren't exactly hip to modern lingo anymore, but that one's pretty obvious. You say that like you're not 30. Nina huffs and gives me a goofy scowl while Keely goes back to finishing up dinner. I'm 29, Cher. I've still got a month before I turn into an old lady, and I'm gonna make the most of it. All three of us are. So you're staying in Chicago all month then? You better believe it! I'm off tour for the next 3 months. We are going to tear this up! Don't have the heart to tell her that Keely and I have long since passed the tearing stuff up phase. Even if we can't keep up with Nina's speed, I'm sure we'll have plenty of time. The way we used to before. Sweetie, could you grab a few bowls for us? Nobody's going to be tearing up anything on an empty stomach. Nina bolts to her chair and sits down, vibrating with excitement. I swear she's about to start drooling. I oblige my wife, grabbing us bowls and giving her a quick kiss before sitting down. Dinner is served. Keely's cooking... Oh, it's just like that. Okay. Keely's cooking is delicious as ever. I also put my mouse there. Nina certainly seems to feel the same way, eating her way through 2 packed bowls before I'm even halfway through my first. In between mouthfuls, she tells us stories about life on tour, moving from place to place, dealing with crowds of fans, performing in front of hundreds of people. It makes our job seem easy by comparison. Probably crash and burn after a few months, but she's been going at it for nearly a decade now. And despite everything, she's still the same old Nina. Nina I grew up with, still bursting with energy, still driven to stand out from the crowd, and still full of love for us. I've always admired that ambition of hers. Even though I was the only one who she'd known since we were kids, she was still the one who brought us together to form a team. Everyone else was ready to rally around the girl with a big dream and a bigger attitude. Hell, I'm not even sure if I would have been able to ask Keely out without Nina pushing me to go for it. No wonder she got scattered right out of high school. Being a star was her dream, and her dreams always came true. Down the fact that she's got one hell of a voice too. Although it would be nice if she didn't use it to yell so much when I'm sitting a few feet away from her. After we've all had our fill, I head into the kitchen and grab a bottle of whiskey and 3 glasses. Keely and I don't drink very often, but this is a cause for celebration, in one way at least. OMG, you read my mind! Nothing like a little nightcap before I go. You're lucky there are no laws against teleporting under the influence. Oh, please! Act like I'd actually listened to some squares rules. Hell, according to the rules, I was supposed to have dinner with some record label suits tonight? You're not going to get in trouble for blowing them off on our account, are you? Just don't worry, it's fun. It's not like it was anybody that mattered. Besides, being here tonight is way more important than spending a night pretending to care about branding. Nina looks down at her glass, her expression suddenly darkening. Especially tonight, you know? I just nod and start pouring our drinks. We've been dancing around tonight's special occasion since Nina arrived, and I know that couldn't last forever. Keely looks down at the table, swirling her drink and letting out a wistful sigh. How old would she be now? 27? Yeah, it's been 12 years now. Doesn't feel like it, though. It really doesn't. Sometimes it feels like it happened yesterday. Other times it feels like a century ago. Death is strange like that. No matter how much I've seen it, I know I'll never get used to it. I raise my glass and they follow suit. Happy birthday, Elle. Happy birthday, Elle. We throw back our drinks, the warm burn of the alcohol blessing after the chill that filled the room when we said her name. In the moment, it feels like she's here with us, that goofy little smile lighting up the room like it always did. You trying to get the shots. When Keely puts her glass down, I can see a few teardrops streaking her face. I squeeze her hand under the table and she manages a small smile in response. Nina's stony face, meanwhile, betrays nothing. I silently pour us another round of drinks, mothering a snippet of the mourner's Kaddish. I'm not even gonna attempt to say that. May he who creates peace in the celestial heights create peace for all of us. Amen. Il Burn. Added to your data. After another moment of silence, Nina speaks up with her usual pep. Okay then, I think it's time you told me about the juicy new case you mentioned. Sound like pretty next level stuff. I'm sure some people would consider her insensitive for jumping right into another topic like this, but Keely and I don't mind. It's better than spending the rest of the evening and morning. Elle probably wouldn't have wanted that. Besides, it's not like I don't want her input. That's why I told her about it, right? I'm looking to flex your detective muscles too, Nina. Hey, I'm an international woman of mystery. I didn't realize catching serial killers was part of the pop star life. Sounds like somebody isn't in the know then. Now show me those mad investigator skills. Taking her a sip of the drink before giving her the gist of things. The lack of evidence left at the scene, how there's no tracks to follow, no clear motives or connections between the victims, etc. She'll occasionally chime in with questions about crime scene details, still drawing from those magical girl instincts. Kaylee helps me fill in the gaps as well, leaving Nina scratching her head. Damn, that's screwed up. Yeah, no kidding. Does anything particular stick out to you, Nina? Well, nothing about the crimes themselves, but... She stares at me, fire suddenly appearing in her eyes. Something sticks out about how you're investigating them. And what's that? The fact that you haven't put your wife's special talent to use. Keely cocks her head to the side, confused. How would shape-shifting help her solve the case? No. Your other special talent. Knitting? Oh my god! Nina flings out her arms, waving them up and down in an arc around her. Aura reading! Hello! Oh. Keely's eyes widen as the significance of what Nina is saying hits us. Oh, of course. Sure, have you looked for magic at the scene? I mean, let's be real, no murderer can be that good. If they're so mysterious, why not see if they're consumed? Any magic left at the scenes would be too faint for either of us to pick up, but Kiki's always been the best of us when it comes to aura. Of course, it's been so many years going after humans that the thought of a consumed killer never even crossed my mind. How could I miss something that simple? I really am losing my touch. Find the aura, find the killer, easy peasy. That's actually brilliant, Nina. I told you that catching serial killers was part of being a pop star. Maybe we should check that out tomorrow night, sweetie. You want to come with us, Nina? Nina laughs, taking one last swig of her drink. No way! It's like a perfect date night activity. You two have fun with it. I've got nightlife to enjoy. You can really go to clubs that easily. Aren't you worried about getting noticed? Don't worry about me, Cher. The paparazzi haven't figured out a way to get around teleportation. Not yet, at least. Keely giggles at that one, and I can't help cracking a smile, too. Anyway, now I've pretty much solved your case for you. I think it's about time I hit the road. My producer is going to have a heart attack if I don't tell her where I am soon. Don't forget to cut me a check once you get paid for catching this dude, though. If you don't want to stay for dessert, we have some cake in the fridge. Nina smiles and shakes her head, standing up and stretching. Save a piece for me, Kay. I'll come by for it when I can. She pulls us both into one more tight hug, as warm as ever. I love you too so much, and don't you forget it. I promise I'll come back real soon. You better. I didn't even have a chance to paint your nails. Soon, babe. Cross my heart. Just make sure you let us know before you teleport in here. Married couples need their privacy, believe it or not. She steps away, adjusting her hair and giving us one last wink. No promises. With that, she's gone as quickly as she arrived. Keely takes my hand and leans against me, looking at the spot where Nina was standing just a moment ago. She seems like she's doing well. A lot better than she was last time. Definitely. And you weren't kidding. She really is a shot of espresso. So you're wide awake now? I lean down and kiss her forehead, wrapping an arm around her. Very. Come on, let's go upstairs. I could stand to unwind a bit before bed. Keely raises her head to meet mine, kissing me gently. You don't have to tell me twice. It's not like we haven't done this before, but I can't quite shake the feeling that we're doing something wrong. I'll have us inside in a jiff. Just watch. Keely's confidence brings a smile to my face, even as we're standing outside a crime scene in the early hours of the morning. I haven't seen an officer on watch, but there's no doubt that one is close by. Even though we're hidden, I'm still on edge. Don't worry, we'll be in and out before you know it. She squeezes my hand, interlacing her fingers with mine in a gesture that always brings me peace of mind. Whatever's got me so on edge tonight feels a bit further away. Once we're at the front door, Keely's form falls away and she oozes beneath it. A moment later, the door clicks open, and there she is. Told you I could get us in, but I think we'll call it good there. That's a little taste of Lock and Key, a magical girl mystery. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the bell for notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord. Come hang out, get notifications there as well. Also be sure to go check out Choose Wisely Festival on Steam, taking place December 8th through the 15th, 2025. Lots of cool games, including this one, are in it. So yeah, go check it out. And thank you for watching. Until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!